Have you ever stepped on the scale and seen a number that you didn't like and just felt like cussing? Or maybe you did say a few choice harsh words about yourself. Well, today we're talking about why shifting your focus from weight loss could be the key to better health and peace of mind. Welcome back to the Inspired Well-Minded Woman Show. I'm your host, Dr. Denise, your wellness mindset and resilience coach. Now, if you've ever started a weight loss program and thought you were hitting your goal, and on your weekly check-in day, you step on the scale hoping to see that you're at least 1 pound down, only to feel like something must be wrong with the scale, then you're in good company. Because I've definitely been there numerous times. And let's be real, some of you might have even said a few choice words to yourself or even felt like giving up in that moment altogether. Like, what's the use, right? You put in all this effort, you think you're doing the right thing, and the scale doesn't move. Many times I have definitely thought of throwing mine right out the window, but then that wouldn't make sense, right? So what if I told you that the scale isn't the best way to measure your progress after all? And it certainly isn't the best way to measure your worth. When I came to this realization, it changed everything for me, and it can for you too. So today we're talking about why focusing on weight loss might be the very thing that's holding you back, and the powerful shifts that change my wellness journey, and how you can start living your healthiest, happiest life without obsessing over the scale. As you listen to the information today, I want you to think about how you want to feel in your body. And share your thoughts in the comments and use the hashtag WellMindedLeader. Did you know that over 80% of people who lose weight through dieting regain it again in 1 year? Think about that. You spent a whole year or however long it took you to lose the weight. And in 1 year, you gain it back. Why is that? People who lose weight do it in various different ways, right? They do it through diet or quick weight loss programs just to reach their desired weight goal, whether it's for homecomings, weddings, summer vacations, you name it. I'm sure there's some things, some occasions that you can think about that I didn't say here, and I'd like to know what those occasions are, so please share those with me. But these are the ones that I have heard most often over my 12 plus years on my wellness journey. People lose weight for homecomings. They want to look good for a wedding, whether they're the bride or the bridesmaids. Okay? Or the summer vacation, because we all have this idea of fitting into our ideal bikini. And although we may not wear the bikini, or if we do wear the bikini, we do with a cover up, but we still want the ability to look good in it. So those are some reasons that I've heard from women most often as to why they want to lose weight, and they'll do anything to lose it fast. So the problem isn't about weight loss itself, though. It's about how we approach it. Most plans focus on quick fixes without addressing the habits and the mindset needed for long-term weight loss success. So if you're on your weight loss journey, thinking about starting one, your physical wellness and your well-being is all about how you move, how you nourish your body, and how you treat yourself along the way. See, no matter what your age, your background, or even your starting point, maybe this is the first time you've even considered starting on a weight loss journey or a wellness journey, right? Really taking your physical fitness into serious consideration. No matter where you start, it's all about becoming a well-minded leader who is brain and body fit. So if you're willing to be honest with yourself, you'll admit that when you think about shedding unwanted weight, that you look for the fastest way to do it with the least amount of effort. Yeah, that crosses my mind still today, even though I've been on this journey for so long. How can I do it quicker, but Because I know, as I'm sure you know, fast doesn't always mean healthy. So one of the downsides is that if there is a pill, you're willing to take it. If there's a drink, you'll consider drinking it. As long as you don't have to change your habits and you have the audacity to believe that that will be enough. Well, that's not enough. And if this is not your first journey, then you know that those things are temporary fixes and it's a vicious cycle. But see, until you stop fooling yourself to think that these quick fixes, you start thinking that these quick fixes are the answers. And in that moment of desperation, you'll go for it. They're not going to change your poor habits. They're not going to shift your mindset about your health. And all that's going to happen is you're going to be stuck in a vicious cycle of losing weight just to gain weight. Remember, 80% in 1 year gain it back. And you'll always find yourself trying to lose weight, losing weight to gain weight just to lose weight. Think about all the people you know, or even yourself for that matter, to where you think about, oh, I'm going on a diet, oh, I'm trying to lose weight. It's like every year or every season, whatever that season is for you, it becomes a thing, right? It's like, okay, here she comes again. She wants to lose weight again. We know she's going to gain it back. So, at this point, sometimes you may not even take yourself seriously because you've been on this vicious cycle of trying to lose weight for so long. And it does get frustrating. So let's be honest, when it comes to shedding unwanted weight, most of us do want these quick fixes with minimal effort. I mean, I wish I could have a quick fix with minimal effort. Even after all these years, I wish there was a better way, because I don't know if you know this or not, but I'll share, as you get older, or if you're upwards of 40, it can become quite challenging. So we're not going to do the pills. We're not going to do the trendy drinks. We're not doing fad diets anymore, because those quick fixes just don't work. And even more important, they may even be harmful for our health. So those are some things I want you to think about, even in the midst of your frustration when it comes to losing weight and wanting to lose weight. Those quick fixes may be, causing more harm than good in the long run. And then the other side of that is a part of your frustration becomes, a part of your frustration is because you know so much about losing weight. You know the right foods to eat. You know what has worked for you before. And the problem with that is, with you knowing so much, is that you can't even see that you in your own way. Now, how does that make sense, Dr. Denise? Well, I'm going to tell you. There's a lot of information that I know. There's a lot of information that you may know. Information is just that. If you don't know how to properly implement it, it's not knowledge. It's just stored information. And what worked for you when you were 20 and 30 years old may not work for you at 40, 50, and 60. And that's why you end up being in your own way, because you're relying on the results from so many years ago, and your life and your body has changed. And that's why they call it blind spots. It's called blind spots for a reason. Because believe me, if you really knew what to do, you would do it and you would get the results without struggling, and you wouldn't be so scared to keep stepping on the scale. And if you say, well, I'm not afraid to step on the scale, well, there's many women out here who are resistant to step on the scale because it gives them some type of frustration or fear or anxiety stepping on the scale to see that number that they want to do something about. But again, they don't see their blind spots. And it could be some other factors that play a part in there. I'm not a medical doctor, so I'm not going to get into the biology of it all. I'm here to talk about the mindset, the thing that you can control, the thing that you can do something about to help you move forward. And so I'm very direct about this because I've made these mistakes too. And as soon as we can stop fooling ourselves, thinking that we're doing all the right things when we're really sabotaging ourselves, we can start making some shifts. I've taken the weight loss pills that made me feel jittery. I've taken the pills that had me feeling like I was going 100 miles an hour. And then I crashed, feeling completely exhausted. And yes, I did lose the weight when I took those pills, only to gain them back again once I stopped. See, it was a temporary fix. And yes, I've done the juice fasts. I've done the fad diets. And I've even gone as far as blaming it all on baby fat, even though my child was grown. So if you're still out there blaming baby fat and your child is an adult, I put it to you this way. If your child is over 2 years old, stop blaming baby fat. Because science shows, or research has shown, that it can take about a year to get baby fat weight off, right? If you're intentional about it. So I'm saying 2 years. That's giving you even more leeway. Of course, there's some other biological factors that can play a part, but this episode is not what that's about. Okay? And so when you find that nothing that you have tried has worked long term, a huge part of that is because your mindset was stuck on the wrong things. And I did lose weight when I did those things. I did the fad diet. I did the juice fasts. I've even done a water fast for 2 weeks. And yes, I lost weight then too. But again, once you start taking food in again, all that weight comes back on. Why? Why is that? Right? In the midst of you doing it, and you step on the scale and you see the numbers changing, and oh yes, you're fasting. Oh yes, you're dieting. Oh yes, you're doing this detox, right? And the weight is coming off. But as soon as you stop, within 1 month even, you'll probably see the weight coming on, and probably a lot sooner depending on your lifestyle. And you want to talk about frustration? Man, that is a serious understatement. And I know if you've been on one or more weight loss journeys, you've started again, maybe year after year you start, maybe, there's a particular time of year that you start getting serious about dieting and trying to get off unwanted weight. It can be really frustrating. And I'm here with you because I've been there and I've done that. And even when I was doing it so many years ago, I used to step on the scale once a week just to check in with myself. So the point I want to make here is, if weight loss and fitness are your goals, it's all about it should not be all about the number on the scale. It should not be about fitting into that sexy black dress. And it may be time for a different approach. So, sister leader, don't let the scale dictate your mood, your confidence, or your worth. There's a better way to approach your weight loss journey. And that is why I'm here, to share my story and my hard-won wisdom of my journey with you. Because I've had a lot of ups and downs. And so my mission is to support sister leaders like you to reclaim your wellness and renew your confidence and end the silent suffering with courage to truly be your authentic best self. So if the message that I'm sharing with you resonates with you in any way, I'd love for you to share it with your friends in your network. And together we can grow a community and reach over 100,000 women worldwide in the next 12 months, making a global difference together. And I want to thank you in advance for supporting this mission and joining me in this mission. So now let's talk solutions. Here's what I had to realize. My body wasn't the problem. my mindset was. And that shift, making that mental shift, changed everything for me. I stopped focusing on losing weight and started focusing on healthy lifestyle changes, because that's where the real impact is. But you have to evaluate your why and why it matters deeply enough for you to make the shift. Because me losing weight, me exercising is not going to help you. Your friend, your partner, your neighbor, your sister, whoever you spend time with, if they exercise, if they eat right, it's not going to help you. So you have to find a why that's deep enough and meaningful enough for you to get out of your own way and be willing to change your thinking so you can start moving in the right direction towards your better self, a healthier version of yourself. It's possible. And if your favorite foods hold more value to you than the value you hold for your own quality of life and health, then that's on you. And that's okay too, if that's your choice. See, I know people who are really touchy. They're very sensitive when it comes to their food. And even though they know that their unhealthy choices are doing more harm than good, they just won't make the shift. I've run into those people throughout my years as well. I remember a time when I got down to a really healthy weight. Oh my gosh, I was so proud of myself. And I got down to the weight I was when I left the Marine Corps. That was amazing, right? And I started going around and doing these talks on the particular diet that I had done at the time, which was the HCG diet. And it requires a lot of discipline. And I'm telling you, I followed it to the letter. And I started going around and doing these presentations to inform people what I had learned, because I had studied about it before I started taking it. And so I started doing these presentations, and I've met a lot of people. I've met a lot of people who, when they realized that certain foods were off the table, they fought, argued to hold on to the fried chicken or to whatever fried chicken or fried foods was the main thing that they, were trying to debate when I was sharing the information. But I'm not here to debate you about your health. I'm just sharing information at the time, right? And some people stepped into it and was willing to go forward. But those who did not want to give up their fried foods made it very, very clear. And that's another issue to deal with. Like, it's never my intention to debate with you over what you think is right for you. It's just to share information like I'm doing now. And hopefully by so doing, you will feel compelled and inspired to reevaluate your own values and how you care about yourself, to be able to move forward and say, you know what, enough already. That I'm going to make the best of it, and I'm going to start making these changes now. And then there are some who wait for a negative health report from the doctor to make those healthy lifestyle shifts. See, when that report comes in, that's the reality check. Because before then, it's just a thought, right? Oh, it's just something that's in the family and it won't come to me until it does. And if you're a person who doesn't like taking medications and you don't like, having to go to the doctor and getting these negative reports, when they give you that warning, if it's already not too late, that's when reality sets in for you. And that's when you become motivated to do something different. But see, now you're being reactive instead of proactive. And part of my mission is, in sharing the wisdom of my journeys, is to help you be proactive, because it's more advantageous and effective to be proactive, to prevent, rather than trying to react and correct what could have been avoided to begin with. And I'm telling you, I have lost a lot of friends in the last 10 years. And some of these things that they have, the reasons of their deaths, their passings, could have been avoided. At least so we tell ourselves, right? So hopefully I'm impressing upon you to really value your health as your wealth, because that's exactly what it is. It's not like you can just, oh, go get another one. So protect what you currently have and be proactive about it. And if your mindset is all about your food and that is important to you, then it's going to be more challenging to make the shifts, to be proactive about your life. Because it's not just about eating more vegetables. Sometimes you got to look at really what's on your plate or what your habits are, right? That may be keeping you overweight. It could even be your sleep habits. All these things play a huge part in your weight loss journey. But these, again, this is something you have to evaluate for yourself. And even then, with your mindset being about your food and health and exercise, you have to get consistent with that. You have to be willing to do the right things to achieve your overall wellness goals. So instead of focusing on weight loss, Sister Leader, let me take a moment for some honest reflection here and share with you some of the things that I did to help me along the way. And just full disclosure, I'm not exactly where I want to be, but I will tell you that when you start, I started with a weight loss journey. That was my entrance into my wellness lifestyle. Okay. And I even went to the doctor and got a report. That was an automatic motivator for me to put myself in gear to get going, because I was spending months researching different diets, right? And which one would be right for me. And I wanted to make sure I didn't do harm to myself by taking another pill or doing some other diet and having these issues. And then being a disabled vet, you know, there are other things that I had to try and manage within my body. So I spent a lot of time researching before I even did the HCG diet, right? And I had some big results then and kept it off for a good while. So the journey typically starts with weight loss. And then in my case, it evolved from there, right? But that we can talk about a little some other time. But I just want to really talk about the mindset today and really help you to reflect on some things and start asking yourself some hard questions. And when we ask ourselves hard questions, sometimes, you know, that is the door to the change that we need to make the most. Sometimes we're resistant to things that we really need to embrace to become the best versions of ourselves, to start improving our health. So you may want to write these down, and I want to share some questions that I asked myself. These are the exact questions that I asked myself when I started so many years ago. And the questions have evolved over time as my goals have changed. So the first question I want you to ask yourself is, am I okay being out of breath when I climb stairs or walk a short distance? If you climb the stairs and you're out of breath, what does that say about where your body is right now? The condition of your health. Or if you walk 20 steps and you feel out of breath like you need to take a break, what is that really saying? The next question is, do I really want to live my life with achy knees from being overweight? Do I really want to live my life with achy knees from being overweight? See, this isn't just about discomfort. It's how much it is robbing you of joy and movement in your life. What is it preventing you from doing? It's amazing what losing something as simple as 5, 10 pounds can do for your joints. So the next question is, do I want a healthier mind and body? You heard me talk earlier about being brain and body fit. Do you want a healthier mind and body? Picture your ideal day and how you feel, how you move, how you think now. And think about what it would be like having a day with a clear mind, with peace of mind, with no mental fog, and you'll be able to move freely and fluidly throughout your life. You'll be able to enjoy the activities that you want to do. You'll be able to play with your grandchildren, or whatever activities that you look forward to doing or that you wish you could do. All right, and here's a big one for you. Oh, goodness. The next question. Do I want an enjoyable sex and love life? Do you want to enjoy sex better? Because being overweight can have an impact on your love life. We're adults here. Let's be real. If you're bigger than normal and you're not happy in your body, it affects how you show up in those intimate moments. Certain positions are uncomfortable. You might feel like you can't breathe, depending on whatever's going on with you and your partner at that time. And I can't imagine just going through life and just, having to not have good sex because you refuse to take care of yourself. And a healthy sex life is a part of a happy life. So think about that. And finally, the fifth question is, what am I willing to stop doing to be a better me? We all have habits and mindsets that are holding us back. But what's the one thing you're really ready to let go of so you can create space for a better version of you? What is that for you? These 5 questions are just the beginning. So imagine what you can discover with the full list of 15 transformational questions designed to help you reclaim your health and your wellness. And that will help you align with the best version of yourself. So you can find the link to download the full version, the full questions, full 15, the list of the full questions in the link in the show notes. Okay? So if you want to stop participating in your own self-sabotage by telling yourself and thinking you're too old, by telling yourself it's too difficult, eating foods that steal your energy, drinking empty calories, or just downright being lazy with your exercise, then you want to be honest with yourself and answer your questions. And answer those questions. Your answers are just for you. You don't have to report back to me. They're simply just for you. And when you make your shift in your attitude and start valuing your health as your true wealth, making healthy lifestyle shifts become less burdensome. And you start choosing real foods for yourself. Your choices become easier because you're looking for the right things. And exercise becomes non-negotiable. See, I'm always baffled when people say, oh, well, eating healthy is difficult. It's really not. It's just shifting your thinking from what you're accustomed to doing and start developing the mindset and the eye for something healthier. You have to plan it just like anything else. It has to be planned at first because it's going to be new. But once you get it, it will become easier. And I want to assure you that even though you're making the shifts and you're taking these steps forward, yes, life will still happen. Life is always going to happen no matter where we are, what journey we on, whether we're starting, whether we're well on our way and have consistent momentum, or if we're at the next level, life will still happen. But the difference is stepping on the scale then becomes more of a self-management tool and not a chore. What happens then is you can enjoy those special occasions, the vacations, the events in your life, those moments with good food without guilt. And without even worrying about falling off track, because it's not about this diet or this weight loss journey. It has now become a lifestyle. It's a part of how you show up for yourself in your life daily. It is a decision that you have made, a commitment to yourself that aligns with your values. So now it's easier. And lifestyles are something you do every day or regularly. So, sister leader, these shifts are what helped me reclaim my life, my energy, and my mental health, if I'm going to be just completely honest. I exercise the way I do, mainly for mental health, one, and two, so I can have a strong body that can support me as I continue to age gracefully and get older. That's really important. And plus, the lifestyle that I chose to live requires me to be fit and in good shape because I like to travel. And being limited and held back by pain is not something that I want to live with anymore. I gave that life up years ago. And that's when I started my weight loss journey, which has now become a wellness lifestyle for me. And if I can do it with everything that I've endured and had to go through and have been through, so can you. So, of those 5 questions, which question spoke to you the most? I want you to share it in the comments and use the hashtag well-minded leader. Well-minded leader. I'd like to hear from you and know how it resonated with you. Also, if you are ready to take your wellness journey a step further, join us. Join the waitlist for the Step Into Your Best Self 30-day Walk to Wellness Challenge. Together, we'll move, we'll breathe, and thrive as brain, body fit, well-minded leaders. So today we've uncovered why weight loss doesn't define your worth and how shifting your mindset can transform your weight loss journey into a wellness journey. You want to transform your weight loss journey into a wellness journey. The mindset on the wellness journey is so different from when it's on a weight loss journey. I don't want to discourage you from starting your weight loss journey. I'm just encouraging you to focus long term. Focus on your overall health and well-being that's fitting for your lifestyle. Because these simple steps can help you definitely feel better in your body every day. But only you can do that for yourself. And I want to remind you that your worth is immeasurable. So focus on energy, focus on strength and peace of mind, because that is where true wellness begins. So, Sister Leader, it has been such a pleasure to share time with you today. And I hope that you found value in this content today, that you will share it with your friends and your network, and join me in this mission in reaching 100,000 women worldwide within the next 12 months. And so we can all continue to prioritize our wellness and soar higher together. Join us next week for the next episode. Until then, be good to yourself.